Hello everyone, welcome to the Sun in the 4th house of the chart. The video is good for you if the Sun is 4 houses away from your ascendant. Also can be seen from the Moon chart or the Chandra Lagna. Has some application also in the D9 Navamsa. If you have a Western chart, don't forget you must have sign for house system. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Let's begin. But what is the 4th house in your chart, everybody? The 4th house is a house of home, where you live, your domestic setup, but especially your early home environment. It's the house of your mother and your emotional bond with her. How she relates to you, how you relate to her, it's all shown in this house. It's your emotional security, inner happiness that actually stays with you throughout life. It's a house of landed interest. It shows property which you own, property which you sell, everything to do with the land itself. And definitely it shows vehicles, cars, etc., and the comforts and luxuries of your home. It's a house of your country of origin, therefore your attachment or not to that culture and that country can be seen by the 4th house. It's the old age of your life as well, in a way, because life comes full circle. It's the beginning of your life and the very, very end as well. 4th house also represents the grave. Who is the sun? The sun is known as Surya. He is the Devata, who is actually the sun, but the sun which we see in the sky, we call Ravi, who travels around creating the zodiac itself within one solar year. At every new moon, a new sign is created. He is showing the light of existence and eternal reality because he represents our spirit soul, who we really are, known as Atman. This Atman resides in the heart chakra in your body. It is linked to the Supreme and also links you to every other living being. Sun in our chart represents purity and dharma, how we have to follow righteous action. Otherwise, he can be a very punishing planet in some cases. In your chart, he is a Karaka representative for the father, for the government, for leaders and all authority figures. And he shows your ability to rise in life also. He shows your ability to be creative, to be inventive, but very importantly, to create wealth and resources in your life. He is connected to the health and the vitality of our body. He gives us the ability to rise anew after every setback and to continue to make progress spiritually throughout every lifetime. So what does it mean when the sun has gone into the 4th house of your chart? Well, it's a very peculiar position of the sun because he's very weak in this position, but he can give you enormous inner strength. So we need to explore this. What you do need to understand, though, is the sign of the sun. Because the sign of your sun will indicate the karmas you are bringing from past life. And it is these karmas that will indicate really how you will make the best or not of this position. This video on my channel, Sun Karmas in All Signs. Please complement this video with that. The link is below and I will also link it at the end. So why is the sun weak in the 4th house? You might think this is good because actually planets in Kendra houses have a certain strength to them. But in this case, the sun's Digbala position, most strong position, is opposite 10th house. So when he's in the 4th house, he's in the weakest position from his position of strength. The sun is right beneath the earth. The sun is at the midnight hour here or at some time near to that when you were born. So the sun doesn't have the power to be his creative dominant self here. But that doesn't mean you will not have success. But it's true that the sun always rises, of course. Certainly, though, because the sun is in the 4th house, you have to go through some soul searching early on in life. It's a bit like a dark night of the soul. So early on, it can undermine confidence, but later in life, it can give you great success. See, 4th house represents mother. Sun being here, mother may have a very dominating role through many different reasons, depending on aspects and everything else going on. And although mother may have very, very strong influence on you, father's influence on you may be weak because the sun has become weakened. So in your early life, father may have been absent, he may have been sick, or he may have been quite strict sometimes, or a difficult influence for you to assimilate. Yet another interesting factor is that the 4th house represents mother's genetic inheritance, mother's ancestors. So if you care to look back in those, if you're able to find some more details going way back, you would probably find some very high status people, even royalty there, because that is what the sun represents. Despite all of this, your purpose in life, your goal in life represented by the sun, your soul purpose, if you like, is difficult to find, difficult to latch onto early on in life. It will take many people some time to get on the right path when you have the sun in the 4th house. One thing for sure though, Sun 4th house makes you very attached to your country, home of origin, and to your home itself. You're not exactly domesticated as so much just love to be in your own space where you feel in control of everything. It makes you feel happier. And your home itself, your domestic sphere, is very, very important to you, Sun in the 4th house. It isn't just where you eat, rest, go out into the world. It's a very important center for you. It's who you are in a way. So if your home becomes disturbed, inharmonious, it makes your life very unhappy indeed. When it is happy, harmonious, you become happy. And you love nothing more than making the home more comfortable to yourself, decorating, improving the home, all of these things. And funnily enough, Sun is light, obviously. So very often I've seen Sun in the 4th house people have a very lit home. Much sunlight comes into your domestic sphere. No matter where you live in the world, there is a sunny factor to your home. And of course, because 4th house is the natural sign of Cancer, Sun in the 4th house, you can live by the sea very, very happily. That's another thing to consider. So your home is your castle, as I say, at least in the UK. And definitely with the Sun in the 4th house, you're the queen or the king of that castle. And therefore, you get the negative side of this Sun in the 4th house. Sometimes afflicted Sun here, you can be difficult to live with, but only if it's really afflicted. You can become touchy and not easygoing in the home. Worst case, you can be a little bit of a tyrant. So you have to watch out for that. But I have to say I haven't seen that very often because the Sun in the 4th house is actually quite a humble position for the Sun. You have an inner humility, so you want to cooperate, and that's something which you should definitely emphasize. Well aspected, well placed Sun here, you can get good property deals, you can get real estate dealership, you can get success in farming maybe, or anything to do with landed interest. You need to watch your health though, because Sun is about health and vitality. Sun in the 4th house, early in life, childhood, there can have been sickness, there can have been weakness constitutionally. There could even be some genetic factor coming from the mother's line. You have to look into all of this. You have to take great care of your health throughout life when you have Sun in the 4th house. The Sun's full drishti is on his Digbala position on the 10th house of career and status. This is good. Despite the early childhood challenges, despite being a little bit shy, some people a little bit withdrawn, sometimes even lacking confidence in yourself, this will all change with time. You see, Sun 4th house aspecting 10th house wants to do something of significance in the world. It can just take you a long time to actually find that. Sometimes you are held back by your own self-doubt, but in the end, when you find your definite place in the Sun, you will make a big impact. But here's the thing, you will always maintain humility, and this will help success, not hinder it. You could become government worker by this aspect. You could become teacher, politician, many things. But here's the thing, whatever you do, it should be a service attitude to other people. As soon as this Sun 4th house becomes too puffed up, which is not likely to happen, actually, but it could happen by afflicting malefics like Saturn, Mars aspecting, you will get many dangerous run-ins with authority figures, which could bring you down. Remain humble. It's the ace up your sleeve. Most of all, Sun in the 4th house, don't give up. You were born at that midnight hour. You might think that the sun will never rise in your life, but it will. And you will find your place in the sun. You will find success. Never give up on yourself or on your ambition to do good in the world. Check out Sun Karmas in all signs up on your screen right now. And don't forget to sub below if you're new. Goodbye for now. God bless you all.